All right, good morning. Here we are today. We're with Zach and Tyler at Decana Subaru, and we're going to talk today a little bit about flat rate and pay plans and maybe find you some tips that'll help you out along the way. So, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
There's Zach, or Tyler, excuse me. Okay, here we go. There we go. All right, so let's just start out with, I'm going to alternate. I got a few questions here that I want to ask you. And so what kind of a pay structure does your dealership use? Use a team flat rate, hourly plus commission? Are you guys straight commission each individual flat rate now? Or
Yeah. Individual.
Individual?
It's
Yeah.
strictly what you flag is what you bring home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys think about flat rate period?
Well,
You know, what's your opinion of the flat rate system?
I like it a lot, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good way to make money?
Yeah, absolutely. We were a team before and then switched to flat rate, and it's so much better.
Okay. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, the team I never really liked. I worked at a dealer before this. It was strict flat rate, and then coming here was a team, just pooled hours.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked the full flat rate better. The pooled hours, in theory, on paper it's the perfect system, but really that never ends up. Always there's someone not holding their weight. It breeds drama just
Sure.
because in perfect system everyone worked hard, everyone got done. You have people that have bad days, people have good days. It washes out, but it always gets taken advantage of.
Okay.
So
what do you think about just as far as a young person coming into the dealership, student flat rate as a whole? I mean, would you think they'd be more comfortable just working by the hour? I think you guys probably started out by the hour, everybody, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
For a certain amount of time, and
yeah, I think it really needs to be. I think it's an experience type thing. Some people that get it, and there's some people that don't. There's some people that need a little more time on picking things up and stuff. It's definitely helpful to be hourly.
Sure.
If you're just thrown in the deep end and having to survive off your hours you make,
Sure.
you can't really flag any.
It'd be intimidating.
so in short, it's not as intimidating, right? To summarize, and the other thing is that it would be, it'd be a way to lessen the drama, get yourself inundated, and depending on development of that particular person, that's when they're ready to go flat rate. So, okay, so we've kind of talked about this type of system you guys use and what you like. Obviously, there's some other things we haven't talked about as far as pay, but the main focus here is what kind of a habit do you guys have that helps you maintain efficiency? Do you have anything particular that you do, either one of you, specifically to help you make money working flat rate? They always say that sometimes people, if you watch them work, they see maybe they're efficient in how they go about each job. They create a structure of some kind, habits. What do you guys do?
I think that's true. It's knowing what you're doing type thing, and then doing it over and over. You can get faster at it. Like, for instance, the airbags.
Right?
Yeah.
Repetition?
Yeah, you can ask other guys like what they're doing, what steps do they take, and then kind of bounce off and do it your way and see if it's faster or something like that.
So communicating and
with the other guys,
right, and talking and
seeing if they've experienced it, and then you can
sure.
Yeah,
How about you,
work
Zach?
from there.
A lot of it just comes down to you really have to understand like visual learning. You really want to work your hardest to be able to watch someone else do something and pick up on it.
Okay.
And do it just as efficient or more efficient. Like, be watching someone, not really critiquing them, but watch people and think, oh, I could do it like that, and if I were doing it, I think I'd do it like this, and it'd probably be a little faster. Or, oh, hey, that looks like a better way than I would do it.
Yeah.
It just comes down to when you're flat rate, the first time you do something, you just got to learn that you might not make your time.
You're gonna be slow at first.
But you'd rather not do it twice because you messed up than do it okay, and then the next time you can hopefully make some time on it.
So again, to summarize, probably a good thing to say is that to make sure that you're taking your time to do it right the first time, so you
Yeah.
don't do it the 2nd time.
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't want
Nobody makes
comebacks.
any money the second time,
Yeah,
right?
no.
So, what do you see as the biggest mistake that technicians make when they're working flat rate? What do you see people? Is it that
It'd
exactly?
probably-
Just
it'd
trying to
probably
be too
ru-
fast?
Yeah,
Yeah.
rushing the first time.
Yeah.
You know, they're going past their skill level when they really need to, work on. Because it doesn't really help you if you're doing something fast, but you really truly don't know what you're doing. You
Okay.
know?
Just rushing through, going through the
Mhm.
motions, not
Skipping-
learning anything.
Skipping
Yeah.
steps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so do you have any particular, other than what we've said, do you have any other tips that you might think about giving somebody that's maybe a new student that's gonna come in here next year? What would you tell them as far as when they get on flat rate? As far as learning how to negotiate the system and,
Learn as fast as you can.
yeah?
Yeah.
Uh, Probably
So
it kind of
probably-
comes down to don't rush things again, but more just
Mhm.
don't expect. It's all going to come in due time. It's just you got to understand it. Sometimes that can be frustrating. I remember being frustrated back in the day when people do stuff faster or flagging more hours than you and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But it's
Sure.
just they put in the time's been put in. And
Okay, so manage your expectations then.
Yeah.
You'd say, make sure that you don't expect more, and obviously that's something that is, with internships, and you guys have experienced, both of you have been, especially you, Tyler, you've been an intern. What do you expect? What do you expect from the school? What do you expect from the dealership? What do you expect from your coworkers? All that, and so on and so forth. So that kind of gets right down to a question I have here, and it's how do you measure success as a technician? I've heard this before where expectations can get muddled by the fact that they watch somebody that turns 120 hours, every 2 weeks. Maybe you're struggling to get 80. And what other than pay, what would you say is a good measure of success?
Fixing stuff right the first time,
Okay,
for sure. Not
Okay.
having any comebacks.
okay. How about you, Zach? What do you think?
I would say a big one would be comebacks, and then not that it at the end of the day you're trying to make money. That's the goal of it. So the bigger picture, end of the year, you want to see some as long as you're learning, not making mistakes, like no comebacks, but also at the end of the year, looking at your final pay statement. It's hard to, you'll want to watch it the whole year, but
Sure.
end of the year you'll get to see. Hopefully you grew.
Made more
Yeah.
than last year.
Made more than 5,000 more
Sure,
than
so
last year,
growth.
or
Yeah.
you're just looking for overall growth, and it may not seem like it, but normally if you're putting the time in and getting faster and stuff, you'll see it at the end of the year,
Sure.
in the pay.
I know for me, one of the things that I really ever got out of that was respect from my coworkers, respect
Yeah,
from
and that too.
the community, respect. I think that all kind of works hand in hand, right? You fix the car right, you make money.
Yeah, the boss is happy.
The boss is happy.
You're happy.
You're happy. You're
flagging.
supporting your family, personal success, growth, all that's all good. Okay, cool. Very good. So, do you guys have any other advice you want to share with, as far as working in the dealership, ways to come in and be successful when you come in the door as a young tech? Anything you'd like to, if you had something you could just tell somebody that maybe something you learned the hard way when you started, or
So don't be afraid to ask questions.
okay,
Yeah,
questions?
Yeah. And,
that's how you learn.
kinda-
Asking someone who's experienced,
Yeah,
seen it before.
yeah,
If you ask them, hey, what are you doing? We'll more be happy to tell you what we're doing.
sure.
You know.
Okay. I know one of the things we stressed in internship, the first was to be communicative and, I remember a section where interview your mentor, and I got a lot of pushback from that and it's like now when you're there a little bit and you learn that you need to ask those questions, don't be shy, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense. All right, fellas, well, I appreciate your time today. We're kind of wrap it up here. Anything else you'd like to add or say while we're here? Anything to tell the new students? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up. And are we all good?
Yeah, I think
All right.
I'm
Well,
good.
thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Zach, and guys have a good week. Take care.